Welcome to Art by Clark. I'm Mrs. Clark, and we are back to do a fun lesson called the Pirate Ship Collage. And basically, the supplies we will need is a folder or a cereal box or cardboard, toilet paper tube, crayons, markers, glue, and scissors. So why don't you go gather your supplies and then we'll get started. So first, as you see, the pirate ship is a collage. Collage is French for paper and glue, and we're going to be using a lot of that. And if you see, my background is a thicker paper. I just thought that that would be a better medium to work with, but you are welcome to work with just regular paper, sketchbook, even a cereal box. So you have lots of choices. Also, as you see, I use a lot of crayon. I'm basically going to pick that medium because I tend to like it and I'm impatient for anything to dry. But you can also use marker, colored pencil, crayon, or pastels. But my preference is usually crayon. Now, when you use marker, just to let you know, marker, if it's a water-soluble marker, kind of like these here, these you can actually wet and turn it into a painting. I'm not going to do it this way today because I don't want to have to wait for paper to dry. So I'm going to stay with the crayons, but you could feel free that if you wanted to use marker and then you get a paintbrush and water, you can wet marker and make it look like a painting. And if you don't have a paintbrush, you can always use a Q-tip. So let me put that back away. All right, let's get started. First thing, I grabbed an old folder that I had, and I just want you to see that I'm going to take my scissor, or as I say sometimes, my skizzer, and I'm going to cut this down a little bit. And I'm just going to cut off a little bit of the side. I'm going to also take off the tab here. And as you notice, when I cut, we always cut away from each other, not towards you. Ah! And remember, thumb to the sun and fingers to the ground, never cut upside down. It's also very awkward too. So, as you see, I cut that. I'm going to put the scissor aside. And I think I like the way this looks. It's pretty much a square. Oh, I see a little bit of crooked. I'm just going to fix that. I don't know which side I cut on. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, next step. We are going to color this into some kind of background. This could be a thunderstorm. It could be a blue sky. It could have a sunset. Basically, you can even go outside right now if you wanted to look and see what the weather is. I'm going to go with the sunsets. They always make me smile, and they're very pretty. So I'm going to grab my colors. I'm going to go with blue, and as you see, here are my crayons, and I'm going to color horizontal, but I'm also going to leave some openings so that I can add some different colors, and I'm going to color dark just so I can get some nice color. And here we go. And I'm going to color it down. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to go with a little purple. I like my purple. Favorite color and all. And I'm going to color nice and dark in between. And then I will go with my warm colors, my red, orange, and yellows. And I will finish it up here towards the bottom and make a nice sunset. Remember, wind blows horizontal. And we don't want any tornadoes in this picture, I would think not. So you want to color horizontal, which is side to side. So here's a little red, some orange, and I'm going to finish with some yellow. But if you notice, I may not go all the way to the bottom because this is actually a seascape. A seascape just means that we're going to do a waterscape, a picture of the sea. If you wanted to do a city, then it would be called a city. You got it, cityscape. So, on and on. And if you wanted to do a person, it would be called a portrait. but we're not doing that. We're doing a landscape. So as you see, I'm going to stop right here, and I'm going to just darken my purple up just a little bit. I just don't like the way my purple looks. And do my blue at the edges here, just so I get that. And just remember, you can always use some newspaper if you don't want to ruin mom's table. You don't want mom getting upset. Okay, so now that we have that, we need to grab a piece of printer paper, and we're going to fold it, as most say, hot dog style. I'm going to fold it in half, and you want to press down. You know, you may want to slide that to the side so you don't get crayon on your white. And then you're going to open it up, and you're going to cut on the fold. Again, thumb to the sun, fingers to the ground, and never cut upside down. And here you have two pieces. One is going to be for the sail, one's going to be for the water. So I'm going to put the sail aside, and now we're going to do the water. Water are the cool colors, which are the blues, the greens, the purples, and I even see a little bit of green with yellow, so we're going to stay with the darker. And I'm going to kind of do that texture type look. I'm going to press down on my crayon. In order to do that, you must unwrap your crayons. See, they're all unwrapped. And let's move the scraps out of the way so we don't get lines. But as you know, with water is full of texture. So I'm going to come across here. And then add some blue. And again, doing the horizontal, because again with the winds. Add a little purple on top. And try to get the edges as best I can. Now I'm going to put some patterns. Now if you want to go over elements, we are using the elements of art. We're doing lines, shapes, color. Oh, we're using, let me see, of course now, we're using texture, and we may even be using some space to put some depth in there. We will be using all our elements today. So I'm going to put some lines in to do some nice cool looking patterns. If you wanted to, you can even hold all three crayons together if you wanted to do some kind of cool pattern. There we go. Come straight across, and you start to just do some designs until you like it, and I'm liking this. So now the choice is, do we cut waves into it or do we tear it? Well, if you know me by now, you know I'm going to tear it. But you can do either one. You can either use your scissor, or as I call them, my skizzers, or you will be tearing. So I'm going to use this hand, and the hand's going to hold it down, and this hand's going to tear, and you're going to tear a little piece in the middle. Now we're going to go, and very slowly go up, and then you're going to go down. And what we want to do is we want to create waves. But you need this hand to hold that paper down. If you mess up, no worries. You never did this before. Just do it again. And let's go back down. And messing up waves, it's very hard to do. So back up again. And done. So now you see we have 2 layers of waves. Beautiful. So now we're going to bring back our sunset. And we need to glue down the layers of the waves. But we want to do one in front of the other. Maybe you want that one to be in the front. Maybe you want this one to be in the front. Whichever way you like. Ooh, I actually like that better. But now we need the glue. And remember, just a dot, not a lot. And we're going to glue the bottom only. So dot, 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 dot. You see just on the bottom? Then we're going to line up those horizontals with the bottom. I'm going to do it right there. There we go. And remember, we always count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And as soon as you feel like it's on there good, we're going to do it to the row behind. And yes, we will have to slide it back. And we do want to have that depth so we can put the ship in. So we don't want to glue the waves. So here we go again. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just a dot, not a lot on the bottom. And here we go. Slide it underneath, but you don't want to see any sky, so make sure you get underneath all the way. And I like the way that looks. Let's put it down. I like to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Look at that. We now have our background. And if you get any glue around, remember it's all washable. So if you have it on your hand, you can always wipe it off or get a wipey. So now we need to do the boat. But I am going to cut off some of the things that are sticking out once it's dry. Snip and snap. There we go. Push that aside. It's sticky, but we'll put that there. Okay. Now, if you don't have a toilet paper roll, which I'd be surprised right now, but you can always use cereal box, paper towel roll, or you can just use paper. I like to use a cardboard because it's thick. And you're going to just take your scissor and cut a line right through it. There we go. Now, you are going to notice it's very curvy. Oh no. Well, if you see here and you bend it, kind of bend the opposite of the way it wants to go, it will flatten out. We're going to slide our background, put some of our crayons back. The only two colors I need now are brown and black. We're going to use some texture. Ooh, that's an element of art word. And we're going to color on top and do some texture. I'm finding just coloring it is working better than just rolling it. But I'm going to just color all the way to the edges and make the wood. Now we're going to draw some lines, vertical the way I'm holding it this time, to follow the edge, to make it look like wood. Because most pirate ships were made of wood back then. Not just brown. Let's add some black. There we go. And now we have our wood. Doesn't that look like wood? Yeah, it looks like wood. So let's flip it over. And now we're going to draw the shape of the ship. And see, here's the wood. Okay. So we're going to curve. And I want you to make sure you use that bottom. And then I want you to come back up to the top. Once you have a shape you like, you're going to get those scissors again. Oh my goodness, we use these scissors over and over. And we're going to cut. And then we'll cut this side too. Now, look at that. We have a boat. So we're going to bring our background back. And don't worry if your background didn't touch the water. You can always fill that in later. Now we have to decide. Do we want it to be like here? Do we want it to be in the first layer? Ooh, I kind of like that one. So we're going to glue again on the edges. So dot, 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 dot. And this way you have somewhere to hold so you can grab it. I liked putting it in the front layer. I want to put it on an angle like it's windy. There we go. Here's the catch with cardboard. It's not going to stick right away. So we need to wait. Some like to put like a cup on it, like, you know, a marker cup. Others will just hold it. I like to count to 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ooh, look at that, it's starting to stick. If it pops up, do not worry. So now we have to make the pirate ship part, the part that makes it look more like a pirate. So we need that black crayon. Here it is, under all those scraps. And we're going to draw 3 masts. Now you can use straws or other things you might have around the house, markers. I'm going to use crayon, and I'm going to draw a vertical line and then color in a dot. If you want to know more accurately what a pirate ship looks like, you can always look it up online or look in a book. But I'm going to do 3 masts is what they call it. The masts hold the sails. And then I'm going to do 1 diagonal for the flag. And my flag's can go on this side because I don't have enough room on this side. But as you see, we are having a rolling sea. So now with that other half of paper that we cut a long time ago, we will be making the masts. So we're going to take the scissors yet again. We're going to cut rectangle. Now, this rectangle, you could cut to size. Let's say we do it this size. A little big, but you could either glue it down. Here, that would be a perfect one for there. Or if we want it to be blowing in the wind, there's a different way to do it. You would fold the legs. So you'd fold a little bit on the top there. You would fold the bottom. You would then fold it down like an upside down U or like a rainbow with feet, just to give it a little bit. And then you're going to glue on the legs. So we're going to take our glue. As you see, I'm using Elmer's glue today. I think it's just a little stronger. I'm going to glue on both sides. And then, there we go. I'm going to bring this over. I am going to glue it here. Keep it bent a little bit. And then glue it here. Now don't let go right away. You gotta give the glue a chance to stick. So again, what's my way? Count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let go. And look at that. The sail is holding. So we're gonna speed up and do the other two sails. And then we'll work on the flag. Look at that. We now have a boat with sails. And now we're going to make a flag. This flag's a little big, so we'll cut it a little smaller, but we definitely want to make it into a rectangle. That would be a good one. But I just want to show you a little close up using, I guess, a black marker. How you make a skull shape is you do basically an upside down U or a rainbow. Then you're going to make a box, but no top to it. Then you do a circle for the eye, and then the other eye, triangle for the nose, and then you can do a mouth, somewhat like that for teeth. And then if you want to do the crossbones, it's 2 lines and basically a backward C. Backward C, 2 lines, backward C, 2 lines, backward C. So that's a little big for me. So I'm going to go back to my flag, which is smaller, and we'll speed this up, and then you'll see my flag. as you saw, I staggered the end to make it old and tattered. I colored it in black and then even made a little buckled part. So I'm just going to do 2 dots, dupe and dupe. I'm going to pick it up here, put it down. The last step is we got to put some details on our boat. We need an anchor, circle with a line, a wide letter U with some lines here and here. I like to thicken it up a little bit. Do little dots for the chain. We'll do some ropes hanging off the boat. And we are done. The last thing you have to do is sign it. So I hope you had fun, and I'll see you next time on Art with Clark. Bye.